I like to leave that on. Show indicator lights for open applications. As you can see here, there's like a little light underneath system preferences, underneath screenium. This means that they're open. If you take that off, then you won't see that light. I prefer to leave this on. You can do whatever you wish. Back. This is mission control preferences. This lets you see the dashboard as a space. Like if you don't like the dashboard, it's gone. If you do like the dashboard, it's there. Automatically rearrange spaces. This is pretty much, let's say you use desktop 3 the most, and you have all your open applications, and desktop 1 you have like one app. This will pretty much put desktop 3 over here in the place of desktop 1, since that's the one being used most. When switching to an application, switch to a space with open windows for the application. Let me show you how that works. Let's say right here I'm on desktop 3 and I want to go to system preferences. Instead of opening a new window, it just takes me to desktop 2 since I already have an open one. Mission control. Again, in case you don't like that button and you don't have a trackpad, this lets you set whatever you want as a shortcut to show the application windows, which is like that, which is 4 finger scroll down. Shows you everything open from that application. Again, you could set a shortcut. Show desktop, dashboard, all of these different shortcuts. There's also this thing called hot corners, which you could make. Let's say right here, I want the top left corner to be mission control, and I hit OK. So if I move my mouse over top left corner, it'll automatically do mission control. Which honestly, I don't really like that too much, because I find myself always doing that by mistake when I was trying it out. But I know some people might like it. So yeah. Language and text. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Lets you change your language in case you don't speak English, or not necessarily speak, in case you don't read English, or also you're not that comfortable with English. You could choose any of these varying languages. Text. This lets you change the text. Formats. Calendar Gregorian, which is the normal calendar that the U.S. standard U.S. calendar. First day of the week, you can make it Sunday. You can make it whatever you want to fit. I don't know, maybe your schedule, whatever you want. Input sources. This lets you choose different input sources. That's pretty much it. Security and privacy. General. Require password immediately after sleep or screensaver begins. That means, let's say you leave your laptop for a few minutes and the display turns off. Then what happens is that when you log back in, it'll ask you for a password. Now for the rest of these, you need to click the lock to make changes. And to do that, I need to put in my password. Now disable automatic login. I have that disabled because I have multiple accounts on this computer. Require an administrator password to access system preferences. The difference between this and what I just did is that only an administrator can do the other one. Can do this. Like, if you want to change stuff, you need to get an admin, which is the other account. And this one will, if you uncheck this, it'll just ask for your password rather than an administrator. This one, log out after a certain amount of minutes. So let's say I want it after 20 minutes. That means if I'm not at my computer, if I'm not doing anything, like not even pressing a key or moving the mouse, after 20 minutes, then it'll automatically log me out. So show a message when the screen is locked. When the screen is locked, it'll ask you for a password or just auto log you in if you chose that option. But also at the bottom you could put a little message. I like to put this computer will crash in. Wait, it's a Mac. Now just like that, you could put whatever you want. You could put this is my computer. You could put this is my Mac. Your name, whatever you want. Automatically update safe downloads list. That means any application that your Mac knows is safe, it'll automatically update it on its own without asking you to the most up-to-date version. Disable remote control receiver. This is if you have the remote that comes with the Apple TV, or you could buy it on your own. If let's say your friend is using it and you don't want that to affect your Mac, you could just disable it. Fire Vault. It pretty much encrypts all your contents. So any file you open will pretty much ask you for a password. Firewall. You could turn this on or off. I just leave it off. Privacy is privacy. Spotlight. For those of you that don't know what Spotlight is, it's this little magnifying glass here. It lets you search for whatever you want. So let's say I want to search for Safari. It's right there, Safari. It's very useful. It can also be quickly accessed by holding Command and pressing the spacebar, like that. And over here you could choose what you want to appear in Safari. Like let's say I don't want web pages, spreadsheets, presentations, fonts, or movies to appear. So now it won't do it. Like for example, let's say I uncheck applications and I want Safari. It won't appear here because Safari is an application. But if I recheck it and type in Safari, it'll appear. So you could just make this to whatever you want. And again here, this is another shortcut. Like I said, it's Command Space by default. But you can make it whatever you want. And you don't have to choose from this list. You could like make it whatever you want. So I can make it Shift Command X if I wanted to. But I personally like it at Command Space. Privacy. This will let you hide certain apps or documents. Universal access. This is pretty much like over here, white on black. This is like the accessibility feature of any phone, where it has just like these neat little stuff that aren't really needed, but for most people, but are just more for preferences. You could go around with that. Now the hardware section, CDs and DVDs. If you insert a blank CD or DVD, you could have it to ask you what to do. Automatically open Finder, open iTunes, open Disk Utility, open other application, run script, or ignore. And the same thing over here when you insert a music CD, picture CD, or video DVD. Displays. This lets you change your display and your colors. The default for my MacBook Pro is 1280 by 800. So I just like to leave that there. Energy saver. This lets you choose how your computer is going to work, pretty much in terms of going to sleep or turning off. So over here I have it set to after 10 minutes of inactivity, it'll automatically go to sleep. But only after 2 minutes of inactivity, it won't go to sleep, but the display will turn off. That means the computer will still be on and nothing will be changed. It's just that the display will go completely dark. And over here, you can see these. And this is for battery. Then for power adapter, which means when it's plugged in, you could change those. Keyboard. Key repeat. You could have it off, slow, or fast. This pretty much means when you hold a key. Like here, if I turn this off, right now I'm going to hold J. Nothing happens. If I go back to keyboard and put it on, let's say here, and I hold J. As you can see, it repeats J. And if I put it on fast and I hold J, As you can see there, it repeats J even quicker. I personally just like to leave it right there. Delay until repeat. There's short and then there's long. So again, pretty much it just shows you the delay. Automatically illuminate keyboard in low light. This one I like it because it uses the camera at the top of the laptop or iMac. So if you're in low light, the keyboard keys will light up, so you could still type and see what you're typing. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, keyboard shortcuts. This pretty much just lets you make anything. You could make an application shortcut. So let's say, let's call this. Let's say I want to add this to, where is it? Safari, right there. And I could just call this Safari. And let's make this Command Shift S. Add. So now if I hit Command Shift S. Wait. There. Okay. So now, as you can see here, if I hit Command Shift S, Safari will open. Actually, really, it'll go to Applications where it says Safari. And let me choose Safari. I personally don't really touch any of these.